Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. I'm MKT. It's Monday. I don't even know what the date is. I'll be honest. Who knows in these COVIDous times where we are. But good to be with you. Welcome back to another week of the greatest sports show on planet Earth. I had a great weekend. A good sports weekend, good personal weekend. Got some to relax a little bit, ate some good food, spent time with good people. Hey, really nice. I went to a restaurant and some lady, as I was ordering, touched my arm. Maybe we aren't dying. Maybe it's not all over. Good to have you with us. I'm not alone. I am with the now infamous, the influencer, the coffee aficionado, best mates with the king of coffee in Vietnam, James Ellingsley. James, how are you, Mr. After?
Hi. How's it going?
It is good. It is good. How's it going with you?
It's actually really good.
Did you shave your beard?
I did. I went for a trim this weekend.
Is that because so folks, we have a little photo shoot thing today. Is that why you did it?
Yeah, actually. I assumed if my face is going to be plastered on things for a while, might as well look good.
Okay. So you weren't looking good. Now you're looking good.
Yeah, look, on Friday the beard was a bit long.
Does your lady ever complain about your beard, or does she just leave that to you?
No, she prefers it. She actually prefers the beard.
More beard, the better, huh?
But yeah, I'm like when it gets really long, it gets to a point where I have to shave it because I can like feel it on my face.
And you don't like to feel. You're a real man.
Cowboys don't cry.
Cowboys don't cry, indeed. So, but tell me this. So, is your lady like farm girl, city girl? You know, because some people. Like farm girls, the stereotype would be they like the beard. If you're from the city, they kind of like these metrosexuals. So is your lady? Where would you put her? Without,
I wouldn't say farm, but I would say farm.
So more traditional. She likes that a real man's man, huh?
Essentially,
it makes
sure why she's dating me.
It makes all the sense in the world that she's with you then, James. All right, well, and good weekend, James. I mean, what'd you get up to, huh?
Yeah, very good weekend. Saw some old work colleagues.
Yeah.
From the company that I worked at before here, which was really good. Nice to see them. Nice to catch up.
Yeah.
Watched Liverpool win. Went clothing shopping, and it was a good weekend.
What did you buy?
Lots of clothes.
Lots of clothes.
Shirts, pants. I had a gift card from my birthday that I hadn't used, so I went to Cotton On this weekend.
Who gave you the gift card?
My parents and then my brother and his fiance.
Oh, God.
So they all like put money and then.
Oh, yeah?
Then
nice
they gave
family.
Me the gift card, yeah.
Nice family. Nice people. All right, good for you, James. you got good people in your life. All right. As I do every Monday, we'll start with where I was right, where I was wrong, and then Ollie in or Ollie out. I think Man United, they got to have a word with themselves and get real. Mason Mount he's a real guy now, and then we might eventually get to Gareth Bale, but that's some of the stuff we'll talk about. And listen, sometimes we'll get to the stuff, sometimes we won't. Get over it.
Gareth Bale's been on our running order for the last 4 shows, if I'm not mistaken.
He has, but I feel nothing. If we're having a good conversation, I'm not going to move away from that just for content. You know what I mean?
Just to speak about GB11.
I'm not. It ain't going to happen.
I don't think there's a lot of players that deserve us to.
Yeah, and if I'm having a great conversation about aliens with James, I'm not going to move off that to talk about Gareth Bale. Who the hell's Gareth Bale?
I must say, our show has evolved since the first one. The production value has skyrocketed.
Oh, wow. James, okay. Do you want all the credit? All right, folks.
No, that's not what I was doing.
James is doing... by the way, James works really, really hard. And, a lot of the stuff he's done, and you may have seen the show going, it's getting better and better. That's all James. So, James, do you want all the credit now?
No, that's not what I was saying at all.
It kind of sounds like
no.
it. It's a little bit like that's what you wanted.
No, what I was saying was, I think, we're finding our flow.
Our groove. Like
and
Stella. Do you know Stella got her groove back? That's a really old film.
I'm 24.
All right. Okay. Well, on that note, James. All right. Well done, James. You're amazing. There we go.
I mean,
you've got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, James. And you're amazing. And you're a big influence in Vietnam with coffee.
I try.
By the way, James, your social media handles?
If you want to see me post about coffee and Cliff Central, James_Ilsley on Instagram and Ilsley James on Twitter.
There you have it. Also, if you do want to get the podcast, it is the MKT Show, and you can get it on the Cliff Central website, cliffcentral.com. Otherwise, you can go to the Cliff Central app. You can download that on any platform, iOS, Android. Otherwise, you can get it wherever you get your podcast. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. And if you haven't used Pocket Cast, that's what you really should be using. It is the best of all of them if you are not a heathen. So, but wherever you get your podcast, wherever you like to be uncomfortable and unhappy and get your podcast with a rubbish user experience, like on all those big ones, go ahead and do that. But you can get the MKT Show on all those platforms.
100%. I'm on Google Podcasts, and it works
terrible,
phenomenally.
Terrible user experience, but okay. Just download the podcast. And by the way, if you're on Apple Podcasts, not greedy, I'd like 6 stars. No worries if you can't. Give us 5 stars. Not greedy, people. And leave a review. Hey, maybe you might say, MKT is too short. His forehead's massive. James's shoulders are beautiful. I don't know what reviews you're going to leave, but just leave a review, and that'll help us out. And if you're on the YouTube, the television of the children, leave a like. If you hate the show, dislike. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean,
I'm not a politician, James.
Fair enough.
I'm not here to be popular. I want to be good. All right, Jimbo, give us some music. Let's get into it for this week.
Let's get into it.
It is Monday. Let's get into it. Let's have a great week, people. As I do every single Monday, because I am a picture of humility, is most of the time I'm right. Let's face it. But I am wrong sometimes, 0.1% of the time I will be wrong, and I'm happy to say it. I'm happy to say it. I'm comfortable in my masculinity, and I'm a truth broker. All right, let's get into it. Where MKT was right, where MKT was wrong for this week. Where I was right, the Spurs Jose thing isn't going to work because of the players. And we saw it again this weekend. It was an absolute dumpster fire. He coached them to 1-0. And sometimes, listen, in life sometimes, you have to take responsibility. The coach can't coach everything. The team has to have internal personality. They've got no personality in that team. They folded like a deck chair at the end of a function, really, and it was embarrassing in that second half against Man United. And that's not a Jose problem, that's a Spurs problem. Those players don't know how to win, and I'm afraid it's all over. It's all over there. Spurs are going to have to make a hard decision into the season. I was dead right there. Where I was wrong, I said Colin Marakawa to win it, the American, of course, the brilliant American. I thought maybe Bryson with his current form, but he still lacks touch, because those greens on the first day at Augusta were like playing on glass. They were ferociously quick. Hideki Matsuyama made history, the very first Japanese player to ever win a major. Phenomenal achievement. I was dead wrong there. I had Bryson or Colin Marakawa, but I was dead wrong. The Masters for this year, the champion Hideki Matsuyama. He was unbelievable. The touch around the greens, bunker play, phenomenal. And that's what took him to glory. Where I was right, Arsenal are ruined for at least 5 years. At least. Because even if they keep Arteta, we saw the mess against Liverpool. And Liverpool are terrible right now. Terrible. And Arsenal looked like Sheffield United. Arsenal are a mess. Even if you keep Mikel Arteta, it's another 5 years. You fire Mikel Arteta, you're restarting the cycle with no foundation. I mean, hey, you watched the Sparta Prague game. Nobody was shocked that Arsenal conceded in the last minute. By the way, that's not a coaching thing. That's a personality thing again. Where's the leadership? I mean, what is Gabriel doing? Why is Cedric giving that ball back to Gabriel? That was embarrassing. I was dead right. The Gunners, another half decade before you're back in the top 4, by the way. Before you're back, forget about winning. I mean, get out of town if you're going to be winning, right? Is before you get in the back 4, in the top 4, you're 5 years away from that, and I was dead right. Where I was wrong, I thought Man City were unbeatable. Leeds, shocker. Absolute shocker. And it shows they are beatable. They are not, I'm sorry, they can go and get as many points as they like. They're not Arsenal's invincibles. You have to say the ability when you're not playing well to go and eke out draws like that great invincible team, that's special. That's special. You've got to say Arsenal, that great team, Henry, Vieira, Pires, Leonberg, Lorraine, Ashley Cole, Jens Lehmann, spectacular. 38 games, flawless. Man City, brilliant but not unbeatable, and certainly not the greatest team of all time that the Premier League's ever seen. Grinding out a draw is a real skill. Where I was right, Reece James is England's number 1 right back. Stop it now. You saw this, this past weekend, his performance against Porto Man on an island, does everything. One-on-one, they tried everything. He was defending against Corona, for goodness sake, in the end. He beat Corona single-handedly. Single-handedly, Reece James has beaten Corona. You're welcome. He's England's number one right back. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And his delivery is unbelievable. He'll get you a goal. Set-piece specialist. Phenomenal. Where I was wrong, Sadio Mane's fallen apart, and I've been in denial a little bit, I think. I do think he's a better player than Mo Salah, and it's easier for Mo Salah to keep scoring goals, but the team's not functioning. But Sadio Mane, something's wrong. He's in the box. He's getting chances. He's still getting the right positions. But this is what separates good from great. He's fallen off a cliff. He's not only playing badly. He's not only been inconsistent. He's been invisible. And this is when they need him. I think Mo Salah disappeared a long time ago, and he's happy to do the tippy-tappy stuff. But Sadio Mane is the guy I thought, this is the guy, drive us forward. And listen, for some people, they're just ballers, by the way. Some people are just ballers. They're not Ronaldo. They're not Messi. They don't want that pressure. They're not Xavi Hernandez. Some people just want to go out and play. Problem? No problem. All good. It is what it is. So Sadio Mane, I was dead wrong there. I was starting to put him in that top 3 department. Sorry. Kevin De Bruyne now is the third guy in world football behind those two legendary monsters. Where I was right, my God, did you watch Real Madrid Barcelona? If you did, I'm sorry you went through that. I hope you were listening to R&B music while you were doing it, because the commentary was absolutely toilet. Bad enough that they're playing at the Castilla Stadium, but the commentary and production is toilet. They had some, I don't know if it was Albe Ferrer, because he kept calling him Albe. It was the worst thing I have ever experienced, folks. And I've had coffee that isn't single origin, so I know what terrible is. But that was ghastly. La Liga, get it together. But I was dead right. It's a dog show. That's why the numbers are rubbish. That's why half the players can't afford any quality players. It's a dog show. If you watched El Clasico on the weekend, it is embarrassing. Why does Sheffield United and Liverpool have a better feel than Real Madrid Barcelona? Riddle me that. It was astonishingly bad. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And folks, I do have glasses which I imported from Denmark, so I see crystal clear. I'm seeing 6.5. 6.5 vision, 20/20 if you want. La Liga, get it together. Dog show, worse than the PSL. In fact, I streamed the Kaizer Chiefs game for a little bit on Facebook. Better coverage, and I kid you not, better coverage in the CAF Champions League, right, than La Liga's El Clasico. Revolting. Get it together. Where I was wrong, Bruno Fernandes is for real, right? Like he's a proper player now. We need to get over it. The hate needs to stop. He's a magician. If you're a Man United fan, you've had Paul Pogba for 5 seasons without him. Bruno Fernandes came in the building. You went from the sewers to the palace. Fernandes is special, and it's not just about ability. Ability is not enough. The personality. I mean, you see Fernandes. He's getting in people's faces. That's what Man United is. He is the epitome of a Fergie player, right? Roy Keane Light. I love it. Bruno's in people's faces. Now, if you don't support Man United, it's not great. But that's not Bruno Fernandes' problem. He's a Man United, and I think he's on his way to being a 2-3 season legend. He's had a Cantona-esque. He's nowhere near Cantona, but he's had that effect on the football club, on the field. Personality, ability, you get those two together, you get magical. I'm sorry, I was wrong about Bruno Fernandes. It ain't just about penalties. It ain't just about clipping it in for guys to run, have a late run at the back post. It's the whole package. He's brilliant. Ball control, la pausa, if you're Spanish. You understand? He looks like he's got that extra second on the ball. He's a playmaker. He can play deep. He can play the long ball. Ball retention, phenomenal. He's metronomical. So he can really do it all from that 10-8 hybrid role. I was dead wrong there. Where I was right, Kyrie Irving is not a functional adult or human being. Let's stop now, folks. If you support the Brooklyn Nets, he's taken another off day. Personal reasons. Listen, we all have personal stuff happening in our lives. I'm not saying mental health is not a big thing. It's a massively important thing. But folks, if you're in a position where people rely on you and you get paid lots of money, I'm not just saying a sportsman, but in this case, we're talking Kyrie Irving. His problems is I'm not going to give him any latitude because he's shown such erratic behavior before. He's not a functional human being, and if you support the Brooklyn Nets and you think they're going to win with him in the team, He is not in every social environment and work environment. You get two types of people. You get agitators and you get lubricators, right? At an elite level, I want lubricators in the dressing room. I don't need agitation because winning's hard enough on its own. It's aggressive, it's difficult, it's hard, it's jarring. I don't need another factor, which is a guy who's in the locker room. He's taken another personal day. Come on now. It's over. He's not a functional adult. I'm sorry. Is he magnificently talented? One of the best ball handlers the NBA's ever seen? Absolutely. I told you earlier, talent's not enough. Talent is not enough. Since Kyrie left LeBron James, he has been a disaster. There's a reason for that. He's a snowflake. Everybody has problems. Everybody has problems. I want to try and be as empathetic as I can be, but we've all got problems. We've all got a sick mom. We've all got a sick sister. We've all got a drug addict brother, cousin. Get it together. This guy, Brooklyn Nets. Listen, I'm a LeBron guy, so I'm happy. I'm happy that LeBron's been proven right. And lastly, where I was wrong. I'm going to say a name. Hugo Broos. And I don't even know if that's the correct way to say it. I'm just presuming because he's Belgian, that's the correct way to say it. Hugo Broos. 69 years old. Yes. Who? What is a Hugo Broos at 69 years old? He's about to be the next Bafana coach. That's who. That's what that is. How hilarious is that? I was wrong. I thought we'd learn. I thought, okay, let's draw a line under the last 25 years of madness. Let's come together as a country. Let's realize the role Bafana has to play in this country, on this continent. No, not Safa, no. They're going to get a 69-year-old Belgian guy who I presume can't speak English. And that might be presumptuous. I doubt he can speak Xhosa or Zulu or understand the team dynamics of South Africa. But let's get him because he won the AFCON with Cameroon in 2017. That's a good idea. I was wrong. Safa have not learned. We are a joke and we are a running joke now. And it's our fault. Don't be patriotic. Folks, in life, you are what you are. What South African sport is across the board is a joke. It is a joke. Beyond hilarious, I'm crying in the fetal position in the shower alone as the existential dread of being a Bafana fan washes over me. Hilarious. I'm laughing and I'm crying at the same time. It's like you ever been, you ever looked at your own tummy and gone, oh man, that's terrible. And then you're eating ice cream at the same time. So it's like you're getting the joy from the ice cream, but you're also looking at your tummy. You're going, oh my goodness, this is awful. It's existential dread. There's nothing I can do. It's a fulfilling loop, right? Like I'm in the spiral and it's only getting worse and I'm trapped and I'm lying to myself, but you're eating ice cream in your tub. And you know what's actually melting your ice cream is your tears as you cry into that tub. Because you're not doing the right thing. That's Bafana right now. Absolutely horrendous. Absolute. Jimbo. Absolutely.
That analysis of existential dread was incredible.
You like that?
I couldn't stop laughing. I actually know who Hugo... I don't know how to say his name either.
Yeah.
But I actually know who he is. He's managed Club Bruges, which I think is in Belgium, yeah?
It's very Belgian, yeah.
And then also Anderlecht.
Also Belgian. Currently Vincent Kompany.
And then, like you said, Cameroon, which is...
He's 69 years old. Like, what's the plan, right? Let's say the next World Cup is 4 years away. And when's the next World Cup? This next year, right?
Should be next year.
Yeah. So 2022, if I'm correct. And yes. By the way, it's mid-year, hey? So it'll be the end of this year, actually, is the World Cup. World Cup 2022 is actually end of this year because it's too hot in Qatar, remember?
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, so the next season is being stopped halfway after having Euros. So it's going to be an even more shortened season with players.
Oh,
so
good Lord.
The best players aren't going to play in the Premier League the first half of the season next year or any major league because they're going to need rest of Euros. But anyway, let's say the cycle starts next year, all right, 2022. Next World Cup, 2026.
Yeah.
All right. This guy's going to be 73 by the time that comes out. Like, I'm not saying being 73 is a bad thing. He's not going to be in any physical... international footballs are hard. In Africa, are you kidding me? This isn't traveling on speed trains in Switzerland.
But a lot of managers are quite old.
Or like where? In what leagues?
I mean,
Like in England,
sure.
where there's functional public transport,
How old is
5-star hotels.
Sam Allardyce now? He's
Yeah,
got
but
to be getting on.
he's in the UK, and it's like
Steve
it's
Bruce.
Europe. It's Europe. You know, you can travel easily. They've got luxury cars. It's comfortable environments. 5-star hotels everywhere. Our qualifying tournaments are in the Congo. They're not here. You know, you're playing Ghana. Listen, I love Accra, but it's not Johannesburg. It is. That's a young man's game, Chief. We've got Pizzo, and I know it didn't go well last time, but okay, I wouldn't maybe go back to Pizzo. But we got Benny. How much worse can it get if you just go with a Benny or I forget who the Kaizer Chiefs manager is. You know.
Well, I mean, look, Safa must have looked at it from Lord knows how many angles.
Yeah.
Like you say, he took Cameroon to the.
That was 2017. He's 69.
What does his age have to do with this?
No, it's a young man's game, dude. You got to motivate people. Like, at that age, he should be consulting, dude. Like, it's a young man. Look at Pep. You got to be, for me, 40 to 60 in those years. And look at Wenger. He's now moved up to that executive position because this managing thing is not a child's play game anymore. You got to manage egos. Now, especially in South Africa, you know how it is. He's going to have to manage Safa. This is a different beast.
So you think good luck to him, huh?
No, I think what the hell is he doing here? Like, what the hell are Safa doing? We've got so many coaches in this country.
Is it confirmed?
It's still, I mean, it's nearly there.
It's all but confirmed.
And I do have it sourced, so that's not. I saw it on social media, but I do have it sourced that it's nearly there.
You have your sources.
I do, reliable sources. I'm a big time journalist, big J journalist.
Like I said, the production value on this show,
just unbelievable,
skyrocketing.
Hey, we really do go the extra mile.
We have sources.
Yeah,
condiments.
That's it. I see what you've done there.
Did you?
Sauces, condiments. That's for food, huh? Man, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. So breaking news. Yeah, anyway, those are my thoughts. That's where I was right. That's where I was wrong, by the way. Breaking news. James, big influencer now. On the weekend, I was checking out James's Instagram, and he had his... we don't have to say the company, but you're a big influencer now, huh? Putting all your... the lines and beautiful shots. Did you use a camera? Did you use your cell phone?
No, both my cameras are here for the show.
So you use your cell phone?
I used my cell phone.
Oh man, I mean, angles, lighting, focus.
Look, what can I say? Sure. You know, it's hard being perfect. It is.
Yeah,
it is. But look, by the grace of God, I'm here today.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God, here we are. So, James, I went to a place in your lady lives in and around that area, but anyway, I was in Hartbeespoort on the weekend.
Oh, hectic. Okay.
Yeah. The roads going out there, by the way, so if you're not in the Republic of South Africa, it's in the northwest. If you have been to South Africa before and you've been to Sun City, think that area. But driving out there is a gamble with your life, huh?
It's horrifying.
It is a gamble with your life.
So she lives on a plot, but you have to take a dirt road to get there.
Okay.
And my car is actually a lot lower than it looks.
Okay.
So the first time I went there, she was like, "Nah, your car will be fine. Everything will be okay. Like, you'll make it."
Yeah.
Cool. So I went there and I took the dirt road, and it underneath my car there were just many sounds that I didn't want to hear.
Oh no.
And then she was like, "Okay, fine. Next time you come here, there's like this other back road that you can take, which is also a dirt road, but it's longer but less bumpy," which is true. But it's still horrifying to take my shiny, clean Ford Focus onto such roads. And it's like, oh, my baby.
Oh, my word.
Because my car's my baby.
Because you're all about taking it to the yuppie restaurant and, hey, look at my sports car that I've got. I won't say what kind of car James has, but he's got like a cool, young sports guy car, you know, like, look at this.
I'm not all about image.
It's an American muscle kind of car, right? Does it have the red T on it?
No, it's not an ST.
Okay. I don't know cars. That's my problem. I don't have a car.
I'm not majorly into like you have to go to the fancy restaurants.
But
and
your
stuff.
car is cool. It is like a cool
Oh,
car.
it's the dopest thing I've
Yeah,
ever
it is a
seen in my
cool
entire
car.
life.
I want to come to the restaurant. Hey guys, look at me. I'm young. I'm moving. I'm grooving. And then you're married, or you're not married, but you're in a relationship with somebody who keeps. So do they just have like bakkies boet out there? Although is he driving bakkies? Does she have a bakkie?
She has a. I don't even know what make it is.
But is it a bakkie?
It's like a 2x4.
Bakkie.
No, it's like a.
What kind of car does she have? Like is it a step up thing?
Yeah, it's not a sedan.
Okay,
Let's put it that way.
so it's not a sedan, so it's pretty elevated.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, these are the risks you take if you're going to be a city slicker like James with a somebody who cares about their beard versus just Mariki who lives on the farm. You know what I mean? And she's just a farm girl, just out there wrestling calves as they pop out of their mom. You know?
Paolo's shouting at us in the comments. He says the water shouldn't be by the roadcaster. Sorry, Paolo.
Oh no, he'll live. Paolo has his own problems. We'll chat to Paolo when we see him. So yeah, but these are the challenges, huh? You're dating, you're out here, you're moving, you're grooving, you're a city slicker. You know, you're out here fixing your hair, treating your beard, and your lady's just out here wrestling calves on a farm.
You know what I really like about it? So
About wrestling calves on a farm.
no,
Oh.
about driving out there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about 45 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And if you take like Cedar Road and then head out towards Northwest, it's actually such a pleasant road.
There's nothing pleasant about it. It's narrow.
It's incredible.
It's dangerous. There's potholes everywhere. The drivers are clearly on methylated spirits.
It's only horrifying once you enter the Northwest.
Yeah, they different out there, huh?
Oof. Some of them, there's like no happy medium.
Yeah.
You're either really, really fast in your like city golf, or you're really, really slow.
Yo. And it's hot out there as well.
Oof.
Maybe that's what it is. It's like brutally hot. And they're
Yeah.
just like, oh, we're unhappy people here. We're going to drive like we feel. Oh, it's so hot out there. It's like brutally hot. It's a good 10 degrees hotter than it was here.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's the hottest thing I've ever felt in my life. I might as well have been eating my lunch inside of a sauna.
Ew, that
Oh,
sounds
But
horrible.
we had a fan, so it was all right in the end. But still, those
What
roads.
did you get up to there?
We were like on this equestrian kind of farmy game farm kind of restaurant place. Really, really nice. Good food, good service. Hey, I'd like your opinion on this.
Give it to me.
So we were at this place, and I've always had a thing about waiters and waitresses who get too involved in like what I'm doing with my friends.
Sure.
I've always just been like I don't want to be your friend. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to eat food. I want to be polite to you. Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir. Please, may I have this? What's your name? You know, but let's leave it at that. We had a lady who was like basically involved in our party. Now she's like, because there's a presents table, and as we're popping the presents off the table, she's like getting involved. She gets her glasses on so she can look at the presents, and no, she's involved. I mean, when she brings my meal, she wants to have a whole chat about it now. And I've always had an issue with that. I've always just been like, okay, I'm over here, you're over there. Let's just we both know our roles here. Do you like it when the waiter likes to get in on the joke with you guys?
I think it's nice when the waiter takes part, if I could say that, but not to the extent that you're saying.
So it takes part, like how though?
Like, if you're incredibly nice and the service is really, really great, and we're making jokes every time you come to the table, and it's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get involved in unwrapping presents at my birthday party, no, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, so you don't mind if the waiter's like, hey, bro, hey.
Yeah, because I'm also that kind of person.
Oh,
So
I see.
I would probably initiate it first with the waiter or the waitress,
Yeah, sure.
and be like the weird customer kind of guy, and then it would kind of happen while I'm there the whole time.
Oh, imagine how annoying it is for waiters when a funny guy like you comes in. Because they're just like, oh my gosh, I got to serve this dickhead.
Look, what can I say? Like I said earlier, it's not easy to be perfect. I have to be funny, good looking,
Yeah,
charming.
it's tough. Tough to be humble when you know you're the finest, huh?
It's hard to be God's favorite.
James Illingsley. I'm not into it. All right, James. James wants to be besties with his waiter. Not me. Not me. All right. Well, we're different people, and we'll move on from that. But anyway, Harties. Oh my God, James. Now, so I used to think you were a horrible person for not wanting to visit your girlfriend the whole time. Like, I didn't want to tell you this because when I first met you, I was like, okay, he's obviously driving out there the whole time. Now I understand why. It is a death trap between here and there. And I mean, you probably love her, but I don't love anybody that much. Harties, maybe you've seen me for the last time this year. Are you kidding me?
It is nice out there.
It is not nice enough to drive that road again this year.
It's away from Joburg. It's like peaceful.
It's a death trap. Fix the roads. Fix the roads. I hate them. Wonderful place though. Magaliesberg Mountains are awesome.
It is.
But I'm not going out there again in 2021. Forget it.
Maybe give them a chance to fix the roads.
No, thank you. I'm going to Drakensberg. If I'm going to risk it, I want big mountains. Big mountains. So yeah, if you live in Harties, Hartbeespoort Dam, sorry, you're not going to see my 4 out of 10 face this year again.
Oh, such a loss.
There you have it.
Such
All right.
a loss.
Okay, let's move on. Speaking
Shall
of a
we?
loss. Yeah, let's move on.
Speaking of a loss.
Speaking of a loss.
Well,
Let's get into this. Listen, if you're a Man United fan, I would imagine you're happy right now. Good weekend, huh? Good weekend. You're not a Man United fan, Jimba?
I'm not.
You're not.
I watched the game.
Uh-huh.
It was okay. It was nice to see Man United back to playing the way Man United should be playing.
Which is?
Impressively, scaringly.
Scaringly.
Yes.
Not a word, I don't think, but I think it's scarily, but
Scarily well.
scaringly is better. Though it's like Illingsley is better than
Yeah.
Ilsley.
Scaringly well. See,
Yeah.
that makes
Hey,
that
put
rolls off the
put
tongue.
an NG anywhere. It really does upgrade anything.
It does.
Ilsley, terrible. Illingsley. Oh. Yeah, all right. Listen. Let me get into this. If you're a Man United fan, you should be Ollie in. You should be Ollie in. All the time. From now on. Listen, the world is as it is. It is not how you want it to be. Because what's brutal about that is that you have to be realistic. I'd love to be Idris Elba. You know? Like, hey, why can't Scarlett Johansson look at me and see Idris Elba? But that's not how the world is. It'll be nice. And I know we live in that time where include everybody. Let's go to Montessori and get in a drum circle. But that's not the real world. There's not kumbaya everywhere you go. So let me tell you this. I've said this a couple of times before. I can forgive you for being a mess after your first divorce. And I can almost forgive you. One divorce, no problem. Listen, it's tough. We all get into situations and we don't know what we're getting. And his family's crazy, her family's crazy. I forgive you one. I can forgive you a second divorce. You know, you had some baggage. He had some baggage from his previous marriage. He's got other kids. She's got other kids. The kids are a terror. It happens. I can forgive you a second one. I will not forgive a third divorce. Because after a third divorce, that's a you problem. When you get divorced 3 times, you need a mirror. You need a mirror in your bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, wherever you go. You should be looking at yourself and go, what the bloody hell is wrong with me? Because it's always, listen, if you get divorced 3 times, I'm sure it's always someone else's fault, right? And here's the thing about that whole thing, is nobody has to love you how you are. If you want to be lovable, you must change. And you must be constantly willing to change. This idea that you can go to Vietnam or India and go and do a yoga course and align your chakras and somebody will come, your soulmate will come and love you as you are, is complete and utter Instagram philosophy trash. If you want to be loved, change. You must be willing to change. Because none of us are lovable as we are. Breaking news. None of us are lovable as we are. We must constantly be willing to change. We must change for our partner. We must change for ourselves to remain lovable. Man United need to get real. They have not changed since Fergie left. 5 out of the last 8 seasons have been in the Europa League. Even if they were in the Champions League, they ended up in the Europa League. 5 out of the last 8 seasons, I did not stutter. 5, that's what you are. 5 out of the last 8 seasons have been in the Europa League. Folks, here's the thing. You don't have to marry everyone you date either. This has been Man United's problem. I don't know if it's a societal thing. I don't know. I'm single, so I don't know. but I've seen it before. Do you know those people that can't be single? We all have that friend. She's dating someone. Oh my God, he was terrible. Next lunch, she pitches up with a new guy and they snogging. Some people can't be single. Folks, you don't have to marry every single person you date. You don't have to marry every guy that smiles at you at a restaurant. Date somebody. Be alone for a while. Man United, all right, need to understand something. Ollie is perfect for you. Because Ollie doesn't need to be perfect to marry long term. Ollie needs to be perfect for what you are, objectively speaking, right now. So you don't need to marry Ollie. You don't need to say Ollie needs to be Fergie. That's ridiculous. Because you know how I know that? Is that Man United have just come out of 3 horrible divorces. And by the way, they chose every partner. They chose Moyes. They chose LVG. They chose Jose Mourinho. So if anything, the pattern tells you Man United are good at making terrible decisions post-Fergie. That's not an Ollie thing. That's not an Ollie thing. So what it means is you've got to be honest. Folks, some people you're the problem. You have to be the person you want to marry. Man United can't have Pep. You're not set up to win. You're not elite right now. Folks, some of you can't be dating a supermodel who's an accountant right now. Sorry, she's on another level. She wants to do stuff. You want to booze on Sundays. You have to be the thing you want to marry. You have to be the person yourself. If you want to marry great and disciplined and highly functional, get into shape and be highly functional. No highly functional person wants to marry a slob, people. Man United are a slob right now. 5 out of the last 8 seasons you've been in the Europa League. Ollie's perfect because you know what? He's the dream boyfriend, dream girlfriend. You've been divorced 3 times. You're a mess. You got 6 kids in 3 different houses. You're just a complete and utter mess. But Ollie loves Man United how they are. Do you know that's impossible? That is impossible because Pep's not coming there. Mourinho came there. You know what was the problem? Man United were a mess. Mourinho said, I can't love this. I can't stay in the relationship with this. I'm a highly functional person. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer loves Man United and United are a mess. So as United fans, you should love Ollie. You should be Ollie in now. Is he feels lucky to be with Man United. So I don't understand Ollie out. And I don't understand people that think Man United should be winning titles and should have a better manager. Why would a great manager come to a club where 5 out of the last 8 seasons have been Europa League? You're really Arsenal for the last 8 seasons. And you ain't been near it, by the way. You ain't been near it. I think Mourinho was 11 points off in that season. He came second. You ain't been... You're being lapped by Chelsea and City over the last 10 years. Lapped. Lapped since Fergie left. Chelsea, by the way, have 2 titles since Fergie left. You're 3 disastrous relationships deep. And Ollie's perfect. He doesn't need to be somebody you marry. He needs to be right for right now. He's perfect. Date him for a while. Make him a life partner. He's treating your soccer team of kids well. This happens. I'm telling you about real life. I know these people that have been divorced 3 times and they say, oh, it's always the partner's fault. It's not. Man United have a problem right now. The institution is broken. Ollie's perfect. You should be Ollie in. Ollie over the last year, 28 points from a losing position. No other club has done that in the United Kingdom. 28 points. They've recovered from a losing position. Folks, it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be perfect for right now. Man United need to accept this. You are not elite right now. Ollie accepts that. He loves it. He feels lucky to be the Man United manager. Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, they don't feel lucky to be at Man United. They've done it. They've been there. Highly functional. This is why I keep saying to young men, stay single. Because ladies mature really quickly, and around 25, 26, they've had enough of, we're going to a braai with the boys on Saturday. Yeah, they'd like to go to a brunch, you know. They'd like to go and look at some fittings for the house. Around 26, 27, ladies mature really quickly. And then guys always say, oh, you're whipped. No, she's a grown-up. Jose Mourinho's a grown-up. That's why it didn't work with Man United. Man United's a mess. Ollie's perfect. Be Ollie in. You should be Ollie in. I don't understand Man United fans that keep telling me, Ollie's this, Ollie's that. What do you expect? For me, I'm too old to marry people that want to drink on Sundays. I'm too old. I'm an enemy of chaos. I'm too old. Like every time I see you, there's a disaster in your family life, your situation. Everyone, it's always something in your life. I avoid those people. The great managers avoid Man United because it's a mess. Simple as. Be all in. Jimbo, I don't know what you think.
I have a question for you.
Let's hear it.
So I think it was last week or the week before when we were speaking about Ollie in, Ollie out. And I think we all came to the conclusion that Ollie has to go because they're wasting time. They've got to rebuild after Ollie leaves, so why not just do it now, that whole thing.
Yeah.
So after their victory to Tottenham this weekend, is that the only thing that's changed your opinion on where they stand at the moment?
Well, I gave it some thought. It's just that's where they are as an institution because you know what the problem is that they're trying to keep up with Man City, but Man City's been so well built at the foundation that City are light years ahead in terms of the business plan. So what changed my mind was Man United are a 4th to 6th team right now. Like second is an anomaly. I think they're getting ahead of themselves. Ollie's perfect while they rebuild. So I was just looking. I was just thinking about reading some articles on the weekend, and I started looking at where did they finish over the last 5 years. Man United are a 4th place, or 4th place team. They're not this beast.
They're the new Arsenal.
They are. They're in. Honestly, it's Arsenal with a budget, and that's not. I don't think that's like a hot take. They haven't been close to the title, and it's 8 years. That's 9 years ago now. We're 2013. What's that? 7, 8. So yeah, 8 years ago. 8 seasons of not being close to it, and 5 out of 8 seasons have been in the Europa League. That's Arsenal. I'm sorry, that's Arsenal on a budget.
Yeah, that does sound like Arsenal.
So it's hard, right? Especially as guys. I can only talk as a guy. Every guy thinks every girl would be lucky to be with them until you actually get with an adult. Like she's an adult, she's sorted. She doesn't need your money. She doesn't need your house. She's got her own nice apartment. And then you got to be a grown up, right? Is people like that aren't going to come to like a piss up braai on a Sunday because they're going to work on Monday. Like I just feel like Man United are that mess of the oak who thinks he's lacquer at 27 and still drinking like crazy. You know that it's a mess. I don't like chaotic people. Man United's so chaotic. Ollie is great. Ollie for me he's accepted the mess it is, and he feels just lucky to be there. Like who's gonna come to Man United? Like elite manager.
I don't think a lot of managers right now want that mess. I think a lot of managers would take it because it's Man United and because of the name it comes with. But I don't think a lot of top managers would willingly sign up for the Man United job anytime soon.
I agree. I totally agree with you there. It's a man. Like in life, you got to accept what you are, right? At this stage, Man United are not positioned to win. What's elite about them? I always say my 3 rules. The ownership, it's not elite. Because what's a business plan? They've been trying to buy different types of players. They went after Martial. Then it was Pogba, right? Then Falcao was there at a stage. You know? Like, what do you do? Maguire, Lindelof. Maguire and Lindelof are the same defender. What's the plan?
You know, Martial has a clause in his contract about winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, smart, because you're never gonna have to pay that.
Well, wasn't he supposed to be the next like up and coming Ronaldo and that whole thing, and that's why they put the clause in his contract.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And now he's like a 3rd starter.
What's he still doing there?
That actually. So Man United are guilty of doing this thing where they keep players on their payroll for way longer than they should be. In my opinion, Michael Carrick was there way longer than he should have been.
Listen, it's just kind of insulting to him, though. I think he's got 7 Premier League titles. He's not Anthony Martial. I get the comparison, though.
John O'Shea.
7 Premier League titles.
Yeah, but they're all part of this era where you had Rooney, you had Ronaldo, you had all of these actual stars that should be at a club like Manchester United that are winning 7 Premier League titles.
Yeah.
but then you have a Michael Carrick. Like that is just something that's never clicked for me. I get your seven league title argument,
Yeah.
but Michael Carrick shouldn't be your substitute midfielder or your actual starting midfielder.
He did stay too long. Listen, after Fergie left, it's all been a shambles. And it's partly his fault. He left the team. He left a system only he knew how to run. And this is why institutions should never fall in love with anybody. Man United as an institution should never fall in love with Fergie. This is why Bayern Munich win. Always be ready to move on. And I believe this in my personal life. Is as much as I get engrossed in something, I'm ready to move off everybody. And everybody should be, by the way. I think it's a good way to live your life is you need to have the confidence to move on. And Man United got trapped in that Fergie godlike complex thing. Man United now are suffering listen, you cannot make a human being the center of your institution. Everybody should be expendable. Everybody at all times. If you want to be elite, everyone's expendable all the time. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, they'll cut you. And they've been unstoppable for the last 30 years. That's the model. Sorry, that's business. That is business, baby. That is why Tesla wins. That is why Elon Musk wins.
That is business, baby.
That is business.
I'm going to get that tattooed on my face.
And then move to Hartbeespoort.
Yeah, that is business, baby.
That's awesome. James, you're a living legend. All right. Those are my thoughts. Ollie in. I'm Ollie in. By the way, you can hit us up on Cliff C Sport. That is our handle on Twitter. Hey, James?
Twitter, yeah.
That's our Twitter handle. Cliff C Sport. Go and let us know. Go and vote. Promote the vote, by the way. What's the poll for today, Jimbo?
The poll for today is part of social media with James.
Oh, it's the poll for today. Okay, so we'll save that for a little bit. And there is a poll. But Cliff C Sport. Otherwise, I am MKT Inspires. That's Mike Kilo Tango. MKT Inspires on all social media platforms. Jimbo, you are?
I am James_Eelsley on Instagram and Eelsley James on the tweets.
Very good. All right, we're going to go to what they call on big shows, big production shows, they call it an ad break, but we call it an intermission. We will be back in a little bit. My name is MKT. This is the MKT Show.
Pogba or Drogba for the win?
I'm going to go with Pogba.
I asked you. I asked you to tell me who scored a goal in a 3-2 win over Olympiacos.
Yes.
We opened the game with Drogba scoring a goal.
Yes. And Drogba scoring the second one.
For Olympique Marseille in a 4-2 loss to Real Madrid. All Champions League games. We brought it back in. Umbalelo was wrong. His dear Chelsea beat Schalke FC 5-0. But he got it wrong. You are 2-0 ahead.
My heart is racing.
It's big hosting.
And you've told me you think it is Paul Pogba who has scored.
I'd like to lock my answer in.
My word. When we were naming our results for the El Clasico, you went with Barcelona.
I did.
Should have gone for Real Madrid because you have whitewashed
Wow.
the gentleman on the other side of the table.
Wow.
But for letting my people down.
Whitewash.
It feels unreal.
It is unreal.
It feels genuinely unreal.
You've knocked the socks off me.
3-0.
Look at that.
Welcome back to the MKT Show. This is that show. I am that person that is MKT. I'm with James Illingsley. James, how's that going for you, pal? What's it like to be with me?
This, and I've said it a couple of times, is actually one of the best jobs I've ever had.
What job's been better
Um,
or comparable?
Stuff I shouldn't say. I won't say it. But I will say that being with you, it's great. Being in the studio here daily, I look forward to it on the weekends to have a show on Monday and have a show tomorrow, and it's fun times.
Good times. All right.
times.
Just so it's clear, James has been paid to say that. It was scripted. So, James, you have executed there. You're a one-take specialist. James, before we get into social media,
Yes.
I wanted to ask your opinion on gift giving.
Oof. Okay.
All right. So I don't believe in giving presents. I hate it.
Okay.
Not because I'm a selfish person, because I often think gifts are more about the giver than the receiver. So like for me, I've always thought, if I don't like a gift, why can't I say no? Take it back. Like if the gift is for me, right? Why can't I just say, oh, James, I don't like this. Take it away.
Because the person that's given you the gift, you
Yeah.
may not like it,
Yeah.
but that person might have gone out of their way to go to the mall, to this shop. That shop may not have had it, then they went to the other shop, and then they went to the other one because they didn't have the right color. So that person's gone through various stages of like effort
Yeah.
to find this gift that they thought you would like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just where you should just say, that's really nice, thank you.
But if the gift is about me, so who's the gift for? For you or for me? Let's say you're giving me a present. You've gone
Okay.
to 8 stores. Oh my God, we don't have it. They've got it in Brazil or whatever, right? I didn't ask for the gift. So that's not an inconvenience I want to hear about, because I didn't ask you to buy me a present. So I'm just talking about me now, right? My friend, a friend and I had a heated debate about it. She wanted to buy me something, and I said, no, I don't want it. She wanted, because she knows now to ask me for presents and stuff, because I get annoyed when my very close friends give me presents, because I don't have a big circle of friends, but the people I love, they know very well that if they get me a present and I didn't ask for it, so I believe if I want something, I've got enough money to buy the stuff that I want. If you're going to buy me something, ask me, or just give me the money.
I think it's that whole thing of it's the thought that counts.
I hate
Because
that.
it is.
It is
It is the thought that counts.
You know what? I hate that line of thinking. It is not the thought that counts. I'm old. I already know what I like. I've spent 35 years practicing what I like. So if it's a present for me, just let me choose. Don't worry about, I know you better than us other people. Just, I want to pick what I want. I already know what I like.
So wait, are you saying for your birthdays, then nobody should buy
Absolutely.
you anything at all?
You are the gift. If you pitch up at my birthday and I've invited you, that's the gift for me. Like, I don't like stuff. I don't need more stuff. I have all the stuff I need.
Isn't your birthday in a couple of days?
It is, and I'm terrified actually.
What date did you say it was again?
Don't even worry about it. I'm actually terrified because I was at a birthday this weekend, and she remembered, because myself and my best mate, his birthday is this coming weekend. So our birthdays are very close. So everyone kind of spoke about it, and I'm horrified at the possibility of what they might put some effort into it, and I hate that. So I think they're going to do that. But
You hate when people put effort in.
God, just get on with it. Who cares if it's my birthday? Just get on with it. But my thing about gift giving, so my friend, she's the same person who felt sorry for you in your breakup situation, and she had some questions about your mental state. But she's really an affectionate person, typically Latin, so she's half Portuguese, and she's very affectionate. She loves doing stuff for people, and we've been friends forever, 29 years, and she's always been like that since we were tiny little children. And she thinks it's disgusting that she can't buy me anything now, especially as we get older. So yeah, I can't stand the fact that people, I always say, just give me money. I already know what I like.
But wait, hang on. You say you already know what you like, and you don't like the whole thing of gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you also said earlier that you have enough money to buy the stuff you want. Then why are you saying just give me money?
No, I'm saying if you're going to give me a gift, just give me the money because I can then go and spend it on stuff I actually like. So don't even, not stuff you think I like. I'm going to buy stuff I know I actually like. So you don't even, let's take the guesswork out of it. There's zero room for doubt, because I don't want an air fryer. Like, what the hell am I doing with that? Somebody wanted to give me an air fryer the other day.
It's because air frying
Yes.
is like a thing now.
Okay, but
It's
I'm not a yuppie douchebag dickhead guy. Some people might say I am, but I don't want an air fryer. If you want to buy me an air fryer, right? Give me the money. Give me the money and I'll go spend it on a big screen television. See, there we go. That's a gift. Now I've got what I want. And by the way, I don't believe in giving gifts either. It's like, I'm here, right? You got like my weekend. Do you know what I mean? I got to...
You got my time, all right?
No, it's mental. Am I crazy?
I think so. I think people are in love with that whole tradition of giving gifts and waking up early on your birthday and having stuff to open and being excited, and most of the day is about you, and it's like a whole thing because you're celebrating the day you were born. And I think that's why presents are, I don't think they're a huge thing. I just think, like I say, people are in love with the whole concept of it.
Do you like getting gifts? Do you like your birthday?
I do. I love my birthday.
Yeah, and by the way, before we get the rest of James' answer, he's got like a rugby team of a family. So do you guys, did you used to gather around and it's James's birthday? In the morning we're going for brunch, but like that.
So a lot of the time, our birthdays would be during the weekdays.
Mhm.
So we would have to wake up. I think it was like 5 o'clock or past 5 in the morning to get ready for school. But on someone's birthday, everyone else would be up before that person,
Yeah.
and then they would all like, okay, it's his birthday.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Okay, you go in first with the balloons, and then you take the
Oh,
card, and
wow.
then you have the present. Okay, everyone good?
Yeah.
Happy. And then you'd go in like that, and it'd be like, happy birthday, and you'd be like half asleep because it's 5:30 in the morning.
Sure.
And that's just how it would be. And then you would come home from school or from work, and then we'd either go out for dinner or do like cake after dinner and do the candles. I don't know. I think the whole birthday thing is very much like a spend time and bring people closer thing.
I love that part of it. I don't need the presents. Because, again, for me, imagine I bring you a gift, James, and you hate it. It's an imposition for you at your house now. Like, what are you going to do with that? And then people get upset if you re-gift stuff as well. I've had that situation. What I'm saying is, I already know what I like, right? I already know you like me because you pitched up at my birthday. Let's not do the presumption thing. Don't worry about it. Give me the money. I've been practicing forever to know what I like. I'm 35 now. Just give me the money.
You know what we should all do? We should all sign up on it's like a big wedding thing to do.
Oh, the registry.
Yeah.
I will never. You've just opened Pandora's box. One of my best friends, of like a big brother to me, and I know he watches the show every day, is getting married in December. I'm not going to say his name, but everybody knows who he is in my friendship circle. If he does a wedding registry, and this is probably breaking news to him, I should have probably had this conversation with him personally, but here we are now. We're in a content world. If there is a wedding registry, I am not giving you a present. Why am I forced to buy you a present?
You're not forced.
No, but it's like
gives you an idea of what the person wants.
But it's got a list, and it's also I must pay for your crouton maker. Like you can go to hell. It cost me 10 grand plus I've got to take my whole weekend to go to your wedding. Like, get the hell out of my face. I mean, I do love him, and he did incredible things for me and continues to be an awesome person in my life. But if there is a wedding registry, forget it. I'm probably not getting him a wedding present anyway, because you're getting my whole weekend. I mean, okay.
That's the present.
Are you kidding? Are you wedding registry? That is one of the worst things ever invented. Like,
what, wedding registry?
Yeah, pay for my whole house. No, pay for your own house. And if you can't afford to live in that house, screw you. Live at home. Don't be married. Like, well, why am I paying for your new fridge?
Do people actually list fridges?
No, I don't know. Wedding.
I was about to say, those are very expensive.
Do you know what, James? Weddings for me are a nightmare. Like, if I love you, I'll be there. But honestly, even if I love you, if you make me drive more than 3 hours from an airport, I'm not going. I've turned down weddings before. I will not go. What am I doing? Booking a holiday so you can get married. Go to hell.
Don't you want to go on holiday every now and then?
What? Yes, but it's not a holiday. Like, weddings are so stressful. Like, okay, guys, we're going to the pre-lunch thing. Okay, it's drinks. Okay, it's this. Okay, all the guys, you're going over there. All the girls. Like, it's stressful. It's stressful.
That was the best impression of, we had that conversation earlier this morning about a
certain certain demographic in society, yeah?
It was the perfect representation of it. That demographic that goes to Starbucks.
But you know what I'm saying, hey?
Yes.
You know what I'm like.
Yeah.
Weddings aren't an enjoyable experience for anyone.
Yeah.
I think the only people that enjoy weddings are the parents. Like, the parents enjoy it because they don't really, there's no pressure for them,
I think even for them, it's a long day.
So nobody enjoys weddings, actually. It's just a whole stressful thing. And then you make me mad by having to buy, what, I must buy your Posturepedic recliner.
You're lazy boy.
No, go to hell. Like, so my rule is presents, don't give me one. Don't expect one if I'm at your birthday. Right? I'm not into present giving. Like, if I love you, I'm there. That's enough. Go to hell. Right? And don't give me a present. You want to give me a present, you know what you should give me?
Love, support, and friendship.
Money.
Okay.
Money.
Good thing I don't remember what day your birthday is on.
Yeah,
so.
that's fantastic. It can be better. By the way, I'm glad I got that off my chest. By the way, this wedding at the end of the year is stressing me out.
I
a
can
little bit.
imagine it's been weighing on your shoulders for a while.
Imagine there's a registry. Oh my God, it is. Because the thing is, I think on a registry you can see who buys you stuff, right?
Yeah, that's the point of it. So
my
you can
God.
see what not to buy.
Oh my God, but on a registry you can see who actually did buy you stuff, right? On the registry, because if you go to a store, that registry is registered at certain stores.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
they can see who bought the present. So now, if I don't buy a present and it's a registry, I seem like the bad guy. So I'm going to be a bad person anyway. You're not getting a present if you do a registry, but maybe I'll think about a present if not. What's a good wedding present, by the way?
Well,
now
look,
that we're here.
I think that person whose wedding you're going to has just said, "Stop talking about my wedding."
Oh, okay. Well, how do you know? What's his name?
I don't know if it's the same person.
Okay, well, what's that person's name who said that?
Pimo.
It is his wedding, and it's stressing me out. Now he knows. I beat it out. So he's not he's not getting a gift, and now he knows.
Maybe wait, hang on. You should tell him on the close-up. Just do it real quick.
Pimo, you are not getting a gift for your wedding if there's a wedding registry. If not, I'll think about it.
Sure.
There you have it.
That's where we are.
Hey, this show, we'll talk.
That is where we are.
We'll talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but we'll also get into real stuff. All right, so you want gifts for your present, huh? I mean for your birthday.
I don't want them. I just say, like I said, it's people get excited about that whole tradition of it.
All right.
I enjoy surprises. So, like if someone's like, "Hey, James, here's a present because it's your birthday."
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there. So I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, this is really exciting."
Okay. Well, okay. So James likes he'll take a present. For me, don't think about it. I would rather you spend time with me. I love that. I love spending time with my closest, my dearest, nearest and dearest. A coffee with my close friends is an awesome present for me. So hit us up on the socials at Cliffs Esport, and you can hashtag the MKT Show live. Presents, good thing, terrible thing,
Presents.
Presents. Who knew that we'd get into air
Wow.
fryers, wedding registries?
That is not what I saw
And-
us getting into
and
after I read the running order.
This is a big time sports show. By
It
the way.
is. It is.
Let's get back to that. James, give us some music before we get into the next segment.
Oh, the music's already on. It just has to be
Yeah,
volumed.
big production.
Production value's huge.
Big production, big producing. James has gone from influencer. You know what? Started from after, now you're here.
Look,
That's the next bang on the charts. Started from after, now I'm here.
it's actually no. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't listen. James, I do know your mom listens to this show because she comments on all of our social media stuff. Do not say anything.
She does. Hey.
Yes, do not shame your mother.
She's so sweet.
James,
man.
don't shame your mother.
I
on
never
this show.
do.
Oh, you're about to.
She's the sweetest lady.
She seems very, very nice, and that's why I say I feel sorry for her that she had to deal with you for. How old are you now?
24.
24 years. Mrs. Rickson, congratulations on that. And, fast baked, as they say.
She's
All right.
Afrikaans. Nice. Nailed it. Nailed
Huh? You see,
it. Nailed it. Look at you.
I'll surprise you every day. All right, let's listen. Let's carry on now. By the way, at Cliff C Sport. Otherwise, I'm at MKT Inspires. James, you are.
James_Eelsley on the gram.
Okay. How do I spell Eelsley? So it's James.
James_ILSLEY. People spell it like ILLSLEY.
Which is why Illingsley is so much better. Just you can go to Home Affairs and change it. It's so much easier. Illingsley, LLINGLSELEY, Illingsley.
No, I'm good. I'm good though.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, I think your ancestors were wrong. All right. It's time for social media with James. James. Jimbo, what you got for us?
We have to make a graphic.
I'll
make one.
Yeah.
Let's do social media with James. So the poll this morning, we've had quite a lot of engagement on it, which has been really cool. My question was, VAR has cost teams silverware.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? There's still 2 hours left on the vote, so if you want to take part, feel free.
Where can people vote?
Cliff C Sport on the tweets. So I gave 2 options in the poll: scrapped or reworked. Okay. And I'll show you why I said scrapped or reworked. Because this weekend, as we all know, Man United Tottenham yesterday, very good game to watch, very exciting. But immediately after the game, I went on to Twitter, and I was going through Twitter and having a look to see what people were saying about the game. And I came across a tweet that should pop up any second now on the screen. I don't know how far behind this stream thingy is, but it'll be there in a second.
Yeah, McTominay.
That's the one.
Uh-huh.
So, my whole thing with this tweet, okay, how is VAR still used on a weekly basis when it's costing teams Champions League places, when it's costing teams silverware, and when it's costing teams promotional relegation? It infuriates me. Watching the game yesterday, I was so angry because in one game, there's 2 incidences, and this has happened before, 2 incidences that are very, very similar, but one gets penalized and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
Both were looked at by VAR.
Yeah.
What are the steps forward? What do we do?
Firstly, I said this up front, is for me, the problem with VAR getting involved in those types of situations is it's still another human being's opinion. Even though they kind of let him go to the screen, everything looks worse in slow-mo, right? Now, I do think they were different. I do think McTominay, we'll live. McTominay actually got Son in the eye, right? And if you do feel like you've lost us on camera there, don't you worry about it. We will be back in a millisecond. We have load shedding in this.
Is that what it is?
It is load shedding.
Are we even still live?
Yeah,
I think we are.
Listen, we'll come back. Don't worry about it. We'll carry on. Anyway, the McTominay foul is different, right? Is he does actually poke Son in the friggin' eye. That's a foul. Get your hands out of his eye.
That's what I'm saying.
And the Rashford one, I think, is the other one. Hey, that you're talking about.
No, it was with Lamela, Eric Lamela.
I don't think the Lamela one's. I'm okay with that. The Rashford one, that McTominay one is a foul. I don't know what people are crying about. That's a foul.
But that's the thing. Both of them were different decisions.
Yeah. No, listen, VAR shouldn't be getting involved in opinion stuff. For me, do you know what? Like I said to you, remember I said it to you before. Take the refs off the field. Use a drone now, because we don't need them.
Yes.
Just ref from upstairs if we're going to do like this. Leave the opinion stuff to the guy on the field. If he makes mistakes, so what? No one's perfect. Because you're still making mistakes with the tech stuff. It's an opinion thing. The only part I would have VAR is ball in, ball out. So, sometimes on the byline, the guy's running, crosses it. It's quite tight. Goal and offside. Because there's no opinion in those. You're offside or you're not. It's a goal or you're not. It's over the line or it's not. That is absolute. It's got rules. It's got boundaries. It's clear. The dimensions of the football are so much. your shoulder or wherever, an offline thing, like offside's offside. As much as we're crying about how tight it is, whatever, is like, if the technology, it's the same for everybody. Stop whinging about the offside thing. Offside's offside. Goal is goal. Over the line is over the line. The rest, let the ref.
Yeah, but it's not though. It's not offside is offside. It's not as simple as that, because in some games, Salah's big toe will be offside. But then in the game that happens after the Liverpool game, Leicester, for example, Vardy's left shoulder and left leg will be offside, but it's counted as a goal.
Yeah.
They don't even look at it, and that's what infuriates me. If you're gonna have VAR to look at these things, great, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
But do it right. Don't cost teams silverware. Don't cost teams promotion, relegation, Champions League places.
So what you saying? Keep it, get rid of it,
I say get rid of it for now and rework it.
even with the on the line, VAR for the goal line, for ball over the line.
I think that's only coming into sort of disrepute, if that's the right word.
Yep.
Because of VAR at the moment. I think goal line technology's worked properly for a very long time.
It's great, huh?
So
Yeah,
keep that.
Yeah, VAR sucks, dude. I said it
Stupid.
from the beginning. It takes away from too many of the elements that make football enjoyable. And for me, you know what? If we're going to go full VAR, take the ref off the field. Let's get a spider cam and let's just make it all electronic. Then there's no opinion.
Sure.
Like, there are clear rules. The ball has hit your hand. Penalty.
There you go.
No ifs, ands, or buts. I was sliding and
Yeah.
because
my hand was in an unnatural position and your hand was stop.
because now, do you know what it's like? It's like being in a relationship with someone for 8 years and not putting a ring on it. You know what I mean? It's either you're in or you're not. Let's be VAR tech or be out. Like, be out. Dump
Yeah.
the girl or let the guy go. 8 years is enough. You should know what you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, are we VARing or not? Stop taking the mickey. What the bloody hell are we doing? All right, Jimbo, what's next?
Look,
I'm with you, man.
I-
I'm with you. It's
it infuriates me.
you and me both.
It's like watching games where Neymar is playing. Honestly, it is.
Wow.
El Clasico this weekend. I think Barcelona are a bunch of sore losers.
And glad you brought it up, by the way.
Did you see the post-match video
No, I didn't.
of PK, Modric, and the referee?
I didn't.
Modric walked past PK at the end of the game and said something along the lines of, "Oh, you're going to complain now because you lost," or whatever. It was something along those lines. Could be wrong. And that's kind of how it went. And I just thought to myself, Barca are never, ever, ever. And I know Liverpool are guilty of it. And I know Chelsea are, and every team is guilty of it. But Barcelona is the one team that is never, ever gracious in defeat. They lost to Liverpool. They all stormed off the field. They fought with the ref. Messi was crying in the chair. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
This weekend, I mean, even Modric can see where PK is going and asks him that question.
Wait, why is PK there? He didn't even play.
He did, didn't he?
No, Basque. I think it was Sergio Busquets. Is who you're talking about.
No, he was the one that walked past Modric and
In the kit.
Yeah.
He didn't play, by the way.
he had a tracksuit thing.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
He didn't play. So I don't know where he's going. And for goodness sake, JRPK, like, you're married to Shakira. When are you going to be happy? Like, what's going to make this guy happy? You know, JRPK's great-grandfather is like one of the... So he's footballing royalty in Catalonia, right?
Right.
His great-grandfather or grandfather, whatever, is like a Barcelona legend, like
Hectic,
one of
okay.
the OGs, right? He's got... The guy has got Shakira as his wife, so he's deeply unhappy. There's nothing that'll make him happy.
Nothing.
There is no present James and his friends could give and shout surprise from behind the couch.
There's
to make this
no
guy
hug we could give him.
There is no hug warm enough. Oprah and the Dalai Lama could not hug Gerard
Not
Piqué.
even Mother Teresa.
He's not happy. There's nothing you can do for Gerard Piqué. I hear you, though.
So yes, Barcelona never gracious. in
Bunch of
defeat.
whingers, huh?
Yeah.
So, sorry, let's not move off it. I just want to say at the stage that you and Paolo did say Barcelona would win, and I was dead right. I just kind of want to, let's not overlook that.
Yeah, no, look, we were wrong with our predictions.
You were both wrong. I was right. So yeah. You don't-
Paolo, if you're still watching, he's being really
No, don't just
annoying
say
with
you guys were wrong. You must say I was right as well. That's a part of the whole thing that happened.
Paolo, if you're still watching, he's being annoying again.
All right. Well, there you have it. I mean, don't be a Barcelona sore loser, James.
I don't even support them.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Yeah. So that's my issues with Barcelona. Logan Paul. When I say that name, what do you think of?
Douchebag.
Logan Paul
But I like him.
was on WrestleMania last night.
Awesome. A huge fan of the WWE. I don't watch it anymore.
Neither do I.
But I love the business. I love Vince McMahon's one of my idols. So yeah.
So I think, yeah, like you say, the business side WWE, incredible. They've had Logan Paul now. They've had Machine Gun Kelly before. They had
Pat McAfee, who's got the best sports show in the world. Well, second to this one. But Pat McAfee was on there. They've nailed it. Do you know, they were the first big sporting organization to go pay-per-view
what?
monthly. And everyone laughed at them. They laughed at Vince. They said, who would pay $10 a month for what you've got? They're a listed company now. That was about 4 or 5 years
That's
ago.
insane.
When it was going down. And then he said, no, you know what? Let me go PPV. And by the way, if you have not seen The Undertaker's documentary, if you're my age, The Last Ride, it's called. It is one of the best things. It is one of the best things I've watched in 10 years. Outside of Game of Thrones, the first 6 seasons, because they should have canned the last 2 seasons. The Last Ride, The Undertaker, phenomenal, absolutely
I
phenomenal.
remember watching The Undertaker and what was his brother's name? Kane.
Kane, yeah.
And it was John Cena and
Oh.
Rey Mysterio.
That was called the Undisputed Era.
Yes.
That was when wrestling was wrestling. And yeah, I've just kind of lost it with these new guys, but they're still doing it in the WWE.
Yeah.
Incredible business. Vince McMahon,
Man business.
incredible. By the way, Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast, if you're into it, that's awesome. But The Last Ride, go and watch that. So WWE, Logan Paul, awesome.
Yeah.
Both great for business. Bringing in a new James's generation is the next generation. That's business. That's connecting your world to their world. No ego. As men, the great ones are able to say, just because we did it back then that way, now people aren't really interested in hardcore, like The Undertaker. You followed hardcore wrestlers, right? Now it's about influence. It's about influences. It's about who's moving the digital needle. James will know this. He influences the whole of Vietnam to drink coffee. But brilliant. You know,
Insane.
a mentor of mine always says, men are terrible at this. We always go, we want the credit. We did it this way. She always says, listen, you must learn to do business the way business is being done. And Vince McMahon.
Very, very smart.
Yeah, no, she's a pearler. So, hey, McMahon, legend.
Nice. Have you seen, just before we move off the WWE topic, I saw a video this weekend. Now, I haven't watched WWE since I was probably 14, 15. And I used to watch it religiously, and it was a great time, whatever. And there was this video that I came across this weekend on Twitter,
Yeah.
where it was John Cena and what's that guy with the long hair? His name Triple H.
Yeah, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
it was,
game. It's all about the game.
Dude. So they were standing in front of each other, like talking, and then Rey Mysterio was behind them, and there was a shelf on the wall, and Rey Mysterio was like doing pull-ups on the shelf, on the bottom part of the shelf.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they were talking, and John Cena was super serious. He was like, I could have gotten him into like a chokehold. It could have been like game over. We could have won. And then the next minute, Rey Mysterio, the shelf breaks and he falls.
Oh, that's so good.
It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
No,
I'll try find it and I'll send it to you. It's incredible.
Triple H married to Vince McMahon's daughter,
Really?
Stephanie McMahon. Yeah,
Wow.
he's the head of the WWE right
Yes.
now. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Mm.
Before we get to the comments from the tweets and from the actual stream from today, we have 2 past comments from Friday's show.
Let's hear it.
Neo.
Could be either. I don't know.
The two.
Could be the guy from The Matrix.
Um,
Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, what do you got to say?
the show is insert vulgar language here.
Yeah.
The show is vulgar language dope, and I'm not even a sports person.
Oh, love it. You
Look at
got to
that.
love it.
Look at that.
It's just cool to hang out.
And then Andrew Harrison says, knock him off his perch, James.
I presume that's you saying something to me.
No, Andrew was saying that I should knock you off your perch because I beat you in Pogba versus
I
Pogba.
see. And Andrew Harrison, by the way, massive Liverpool fan.
There you go.
And great guy.
Look at us go. The comments from today's stream.
Let's hear them.
Let's get into them because we've had quite a few already.
What about the poll?
the poll? Didn't I give you the outcome of that poll?
No,
I
you-
didn't. We
you-
just kind of breezed over it.
Yeah, you skipped over that.
VAR has cost team silverware. What are your thoughts? So 33.3% say it should be scrapped. 66.7% says it should be reworked.
Reworked. I agree. I think I agree with them. I think just keep the, for now, what works is goal, ball over the line, offside. The rest, go and try it in like a FIBA tournament. So under 21,
Yeah.
Under 19,
Yeah.
you know, Gothia Cup, all of those small cups. Let the kids try that, where there isn't 35 million pounds on the line for every sort of 3
Sure.
points that's dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I'm saying. Paolo commented on it, though. The problem isn't VAR, the problem are the rules. Very correct.
Okay. We can discuss that another time.
It's also, someone else said, Shimmy said it's also rectified a lot of errors made by officials.
I listen. I agree. Listen, VAR has worked. Largely speaking, it has worked. It gets more things right than it gets wrong, and it's improved shockers, right? As people, we always respond. It's like if somebody does 10 nice things for you or 9 great things for you and does 1 bad thing, we tend to remember the bad thing.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says, oh, thank you for the 9 awesome things. So actually, 95% of VAR is fine.
Yeah.
Like, we're just people that like to whinge.
We like to complain.
Yeah.
Last from the tweets, Jake Paul versus Ben Askren this weekend. Your guys' thoughts? A fight for clout, or will it be a good fight?
Ben Askren is going to absolutely rearrange Paul's life.
You think so?
He's a fighter, dude. Like this is where you need to be careful. Like there's playing a fighter, which is what Logan Paul's been doing, Jake or Logan. Then you start to get a fight. Fighters and boxers are not well in the head. Like that's not a place to go and play. They will fight with a broken jaw. Like
They do. I've seen it.
There's another level that you get to. Like I've been a boxing fan since I was 6 years old. My uncle took me to fights. This is not playing anymore. Like he was fighting muckabout guys, KSI and all this other nonsense, right? This is big school now. Ben Askren's gonna change his life.
I think it's going to be hectic.
Yeah, that's because you like influencers and you want to. What are you, Gen Z?
Gen Z. Yes.
Gen Z, yeah.
I am a Gen
You
Z.
believe in possibility. Well, this weekend's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, I think there might be blood
Yeah.
on the canvas.
All right, let's take some questions.
From the YouTube live stream, Yonda says, "Afternoon, gents. It's Monday. Make it great."
I agree, and it's great to be great.
It is great to be great. Zapeta,
Mm-hmm.
La Liga commentary is the worst. Kuhle, is that right?
Good.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think Irving, how do you say it?
Kyrie Irving.
That one is a beta and needs an alpha.
I
so that
agree.
he can reach the finals. Paolo says, "Why are there open bottles of water in the studio next to the roadcaster?" Daddy's watching.
Yeah, I mean, James, your bottle was probably open. Yeah.
Well, Coolclair says, "I agree. Winning starts from the top. I hope the new structure works in bringing in the right talent, not the most expensive." I also liked his comments after the game. I think
That's
that's
Ollie.
on Ollie.
Yeah, and I agree. I totally agree with him there.
Coolclair also said, "You are speaking facts."
It's true.
Pimo, your shirt is not brilliant. That's all.
It's not a shirt, it's a dashiki, and you must have some respect.
Oof. Coolclair says, "What do you guys think about the United's disallowed goal?"
I think I gouged him. It's the right call.
It was pretty intense, right?
I got him in the eye. Like, listen, also, in football, you've got to ref situationally. Like, just because the contact wasn't huge I don't want people's hands in people's eyes. Like, that was dangerous. You literally, eye is a different thing. If it's in his neck and Son is down for as long as he was, like an eye is a different thing.
Yeah.
Like you think a stone flicks from across the road, hits someone's eye, blind. Like, no, keep your dirty nails out of someone's eye. So
This is
foul.
COVID, guys. We're not supposed to be touching each other anyway.
Well said. And remember at the beginning, they thought you could get COVID through eyeballs.
There you go.
Oh my God.
There you go. Look at that.
Who was it again? McTominay just gave Son COVID through his eyeballs.
How are we going to deal?
Are you kidding me right now?
What a time.
Football.
Umbelelo is Jon Snow. He knows nothing.
Oh, my goodness. No respect.
Umteto?
Umteto.
There you go.
I don't know. Umteto? Yeah, umteto. That means the law, by the way.
The law.
Or the way things should be.
Okay.
But umteto means the law.
There you go. This is why we create birthday lists so that people know what to get you. Told you, we're on the same page. Registry, birthday list, same thing.
No, but listen, for me, that's even more annoying because I always say, don't get creative. Don't buy it. There's no value for me in your effort. I don't care that you took 2 hours. I didn't ask for the gift. Give me the money. I already know what I like.
Yeah.
EFT. There we go.
EFT.
Solved. Now there's no drama. And quite frankly, I don't need to hear how long it took you. That's your problem. I don't care how long it took you in your effort. Why is that my... Also, if the gift is about me, why is that my problem? Like your effort and whatever, is the gift about you or is it about me? In the gift giving situation. Don't make it about you. If you're giving me a gift, I don't care. It's like a movie maker telling me, oh, this movie took 2 years to make. I don't care. I don't care. Well, why are you telling me about your life and how long you took and how many stores you went to? Is the gift about you or me? It's about me, right? Is it about me? I listen, James, I will give a gift back. I have no shame in going, I don't like this, right? It's going to sit in my house and be clutter now. Take it back. But listen, you give me a gift and I hate it. I will give it to other people and feel nothing.
So basically what he's saying is that his birthday is coming up.
Oh my God.
You should say he loves, you know what he loves is blend coffees.
I do not like blend coffees.
He loves blend coffees. You guys should all send them through to the Cliff
goodness.
Central Studios. Our PO box is,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
not
Don't
sure
even.
if you Google
Don't
it,
even.
it's probably there.
If people send gifts here, folks, I will give your stuff to the people on the street who have nothing. You send me gifts, and if I don't like it, if I like it, I'll keep it. If it's single origin coffee, I'll keep it. If not, I'm literally going to give it to somebody who needs it. I don't want a crouton maker. Like, what kind of gifts do people give, James? Like, there's such... Shall I tell you the worst present in the world?
Tell me.
Are we done with social media questions?
I've got a couple more.
All right, no, well, let me tell you the worst present in the world.
Okay.
A plant. Because a plant is like, you might as well give me a baby. That's not, it's an imposition. A plant, for all of you, and there's a certain demographic, we spoke about them earlier, who love giving plants.
Oh, they love it so much.
Do you know what? Oh my word, you just moved into your new house. Do you know what you need? Plants. Oh my word, I've got this stunning bonsai guy. Listen, giving me a plant I have to keep the thing alive. Anything that can die is an imposition. It is not a gift. So please get that out. Get that. That's not a gift. Hey? No, a plant is not a gift. No, it is like, give it to James. Don't give it to me. Don't give me a plant. And by the way, to tell you a quick story as well.
Do it.
I was in Cape Town living with my sister, and she was moving overseas out of the apartment. She thought, I said, listen, I don't want these plants. I'm going to give them away or take them. And I don't know, they were supposed to give them to friends and they didn't. On the way out to her Uber to take her to the airport, I threw the plant out. I will do it. A plant is an imposition. It is the worst gift in the history of mankind. I threw it out as I was walking out with them. Like, oh, you guys forgot to throw this away. What must I do? No, people will... No. Presents are terrible. Unless I buy them myself.
Don't buy him a little plant.
Don't buy me a plant. What's next?
He loves blended coffee. I'm just...
Unbelievable.
Next, another incident is Lindelof versus West Brom.
Yeah.
The striker covered his whole face. Goal allowed. That's my point. That is my point. The same incident.
Yeah.
Goal allowed. Really?
Okay. Well, but we've been here. It's all opinion stuff.
It's stupid.
Don't have that as VAR. I'm with you and whoever said that. Yeah. Who's next?
Kutle said
Ooh,
that.
Yeah. All right.
I've got two more.
All right.
Zapeta said, Umbelelo, football players collapse when you touch their shoulder and then they hold their face.
Their face. He's quite right, and I hate it.
Correct.
I hate it.
And then the last one, this is a bit of a weird one.
Oh, whoa, that's not for you to say. Just ask the question. You're meant to be a journalist.
It is, what?
You're supposed to just report the news.
Anyway.
Yeah, don't be the news. Hey, this is the problem with the reporters today, is you're not supposed to be the news, James. You're supposed to report the news, and I'll decide. So don't say it's a weird one. Just tell me what the person said.
It's only a weird one because I don't see anything.
As in life, or
in general.
okay?
It says, I want to know the story behind the statue thing in the background behind Umbelelo. I think it looks awesome. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not addressing anything that may or may not be behind me.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's allegedly. That's like saying I saw an alien. You know, where's your evidence? So I don't know what you're talking about. We're gonna move on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
weird. That is weird.
Very
actually.
strange.
See, you allowed me to decide there. Weird. Weird. All right, so we're done with social media.
I think so. I think
That was social media with James. James. All right. That was good stuff.
that was good
That
stuff.
was good stuff.
I think this music's been looping for a good while.
Yeah, it's good. It's big productions.
Big.
Yeah.
Huge.
Big production. James, big producer, huh?
Well, I mean, influencer, producer, social media, analytics.
It's absolutely hilarious. And how's your coffee situation, James?
What about it?
Yeah, how's that going for you? With your new being an influencer, drinking coffee.
I actually had some of it last night. It's really good.
Really? Last night? Why are you drinking coffee at night? What time's at night?
Probably like 7.
How are you? What time did you get to bed?
I usually only go to bed at like 12, 1 o'clock.
Is that why you're always late?
I'm never late.
That's
That's
true.
such a lie.
That's true. You're not late. Okay, but you're drinking coffee at 7. What kind of Neanderthal are you?
It's like a thing that I do.
That's not a thing, by the way. Like
No, it is a thing.
You don't need a coffee after like 5.
No, you do.
So, really?
No,
So you can get to bed. No, but no wonder you can only get to bed at midnight. You're drinking a coffee at 7.
Yeah, but I'm also the same person that can like sleep for 2 hours and then have to be out of bed at like 7 o'clock the next morning and still be like kind of okay until like 10 a.m. and then I'll start crashing.
And are you now the annoying person texting people at like 11 and you get irritated if they don't reply? Because you can't get to bed while the rest of us adults are actually trying to recover for the next day to be productive. It's unbelievable.
Not really. I like usually when it gets kind of late,
Yeah?
I'm doing my own thing. I'm either like watching Netflix or like I'll be hardcore chilling, like watching Netflix in bed,
Yeah.
like drinking my tea
Yeah.
or my coffee. Like I'm not bothering anyone. Like, hey, wake up. We need to talk like right now. I'm not like sending out weird late night tweets.
Cheap as coffee at 7. All right. Okay. Hey, no judgment here, James. Just
No, clearly not.
No. It is, you know what, we're all, my sister always used to say, there is no right or wrong, only opinions. So
And what do people say about opinions?
I'm not going to have an opinion about that. James, I'm going to move on. Coffee at 7 o'clock. Wow. W-O-W. All right. Let's move on to something I don't think is an opinion. Do you know what? In school, and it was a long time ago for me now, I just realized how old I am as I was going through it now in my mind. In school, I used to hate the teacher's pet. Right? And as I think back, it's because I wanted to be the teacher's pet. That's what is really happening. And most people who hate the teacher's pet, that's the reason. Because you know what? The teacher's pet is disciplined and is on time and gets great school marks. And their shirt's always tucked in. Like all the things you should be. Right? The teacher's pet is uniquely mature. And you ask any 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old, they always think they're older than they are. They always think they're bulletproof. Really, they're yearning to be more mature than they really are. But every now and then, you get the guy that plays cricket first team, plays cricket, rugby first team, gets 80%, right, for all of his subjects. The teachers love him. The sports coaches love him. The cultural people love her. She's perfect. She's the netball team captain. She's the running team captain. 80%, maths, 100% for all the tests. Everybody wants to actually be the teacher's pet, but we're not uniquely mature enough, right? At 13, oh my goodness. You're trying to get every girl's attention if you're a guy. You're trying to push every guy, every disgusting guy who's got too many hormones in them away if you're a girl. It's a nightmare. You're going through your own hormonal stuff. You want to be cool. I'm indie. I'm this. I'm painting my eyebrows. My hair's dyed. My nails this. Right? You're wearing your skirt's too short. Guys are, wearing the wrong tie to school. Everyone wants attention at that age. But you get your uniquely mature people. We call them teacher's pets. And every teacher should want to have a teacher's pet. Because really, every child wants to be the teacher's pet. But nobody wants to study to get 80%. Nobody wants to be on time for practice 20 minutes early, set up the cones. Because you know why? Everybody wants to be cool. I want to be cool. I want to be with my mates, the back, untucked shirt. I was one of these guys, so I know this. I want to get to practice just on time. I want to study with crib notes in the morning before the test. Right? And I'm shocked I get 40%. Everybody wants to be cool. Teacher's pet is uniquely mature. Every student wants to be that. And every teacher should want a teacher's pet. Mason Mount was accused of being Frank Lampard's teacher's pet. Right? And you should want this. If you are a teacher, you should want a teacher's pet. You know what the great thing about a teacher's pet is eventually people will respect that teacher's pet. The peers will respect, because what the young kids want, I want to get good marks. Because you know what that leads to. Mom and dad are happy. It reduces tension at home, right? Teacher's happy, reduces tension towards me. And really, in the end, you want to stand on stage and pick up that massive trophy for maths. Everybody wants that. Now, they may not tell you because they may, like me, pretend they're too cool. Everybody wants the maths trophy. Because deep down, we all know that's the smartest person. But you've got to be uniquely mature. Every day, Monday to Friday, you get home, 2 hours extra of homework. Teacher gave you an hour, you do 3. Mason Mount is that guy. But teachers should want the teacher's pet. Because if you have a teacher's pet, you can be extra hard on them, right? And that's what you're doing in life. You can coach through the teacher's pet. So if you discipline the teacher's pet, everybody else, eventually it'll be easier to discipline everybody else. Because people go, oh my goodness, if that person's doing everything the teacher wants, and the teacher's still really hard on them, that permeates through the class. You can discipline teams through them. Mason Mount is that for Chelsea right now. And they are so lucky to have him. Folks, uniquely mature is impossible. Go and look at your own life. How many friends you know that are incredibly talented, but misdirected? Can't stay in a relationship, can't stay in a job. They stay in a job, they're brilliant for a year and a half, they gotta go. They don't have the emotional maturity when things get difficult at work. Their boss is tough, their manager's tough, they leave. You know what teachers' pets do? They fight through everything. Mason Mount is a teacher's pet, and he should be proud of that. That's not a negative. Mason Mount is everything you want to be as a player and everything you would want as a manager. Coachable. He can play in the 6, he can play in the 8, he can play in the 10, and he's brilliant. Technique, sublime. Sticks a foot in there, by the way. Tactically, the discipline is brilliant. He can do everything. Listen, let's put this in context. He is not this person, but he's the poor man's Roy Keane. That's what he is. I think he's better than Lampard. Lampard didn't have that natural athleticism. Folks, if you don't believe me about uniquely mature being valuable, Roy Keane early on, go and look it up. He's a drunken mess off the field. A terror at Nottingham Forest. It was a mess. Everybody, when United broke the British transfer record for him, said, what are you doing? This guy is a nightmare. Frank Lampard had his weight issues as a youngster. Steven Gerrard couldn't stop getting red cards. Go and Google that. Folks, this young man is uniquely mature and he's one of your star players. He is the teacher's pet, and teacher's pets should be loved by the teacher. You coach the team through the teacher's pet. Mason Mount now is essentially what LeBron James was at Cleveland the first time round. If I'm Chelsea, here's what I do. I have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Pay him now. Pay £200,000 now. His record off the field, unblemished. So you know what you're getting. On the field, sublime. And also, it can't be Lampard and Tuchel make him the main player, right? There's a unique maturity, and he doesn't care what people think about him. He didn't respond to any of the provocation. Here he is, through the Lampard era, through Tuchel. He can't be Lampard's pet and Tuchel's pet, guys. Come on. There's something about him. The peers respect him. He wore the captain's armband. If I'm Chelsea, he is your captain from next season. And you go, Mason, you go and sit his agent down, you go and sit him down, £250,000, £200, £200,000, whatever it takes, 6-year deal. Mason, we are going to build a dynasty around you, right? Here's your money. It's a non-renegotiation clause is inserted. So you got your money for the next whatever. We pay you a £10 million bonus so that he doesn't cost you anything over, because it might seem like a £250,000 a week. Ugh, now sounds insane. In 3 years' time, that's going to be laughable. That's a rotation player's salary with the way it's going, right? Pay Mason Mount now. You've got unique maturity and make Chelsea about him. He is Chelsea. He is everything you'd want. He's a company man. This is why schools should love teachers' pets. Teachers, when you have a teacher's pet, when people say, oh, yes, he's a teacher's pet, and other teachers maybe are snarky about it, say, yes, he is a teacher's pet. Mason Mount's perfect, and he should love it. You know why? Authority loves company men and women. Authority will reward you. Mason Mount should step into it, and it looks like he's going to. Because Mason Mount doesn't care about being cool, he cares about being successful. And that is unique, folks. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Tom Brady, all of these guys, they don't care about being cool, they care about winning. Mason Mount is all that. Chelsea, pay him non-negotiable what you pay him now. You can't renegotiate the contract, put that in the clause. Make him Chelsea's highest paid player from next season. He's your captain. Keep Thiago Silva, but Mason Mount is your captain. And he will grow as a player. He will grow as a person, but it's natural for him. He's not putting anything on. He's uniquely mature. Sorry, folks. That's what I do. Folks, teachers' pets are good for everybody. In the long run, they are good for the group because the peers will come to respect the teacher's pet. It's like eventually they'll stop hating and go, oh, that guy's getting 80% for everything. And he's never late for practice, right? Plus he's always nice. Like young people want to be loved. Eventually, it's like, okay, this lady, this guy, they're awesome. And you can only do that through peers, especially young people. Young people respect their peers, not their parents, not their teachers. So it's good for the group. It's good for the teacher's pet. It's good for them because they're uniquely mature and they are getting rewarded for that. That's life, baby. That's business. You should be. Because being mature is a sacrifice. All of us want to have a life. I want to be drunk on Sundays. All of us want this at 20, 25, 28. Some people sacrifice. Some people work on Sundays. Some people work 7 days a week. Some people might say it's workaholic. All right, there's a task at hand. I can rely on this person. So it's good for the teacher's pet. Lastly, it is good for the institution and the teacher. You can discipline the group through them. Why wouldn't you want a uniquely mature student? Why wouldn't you want an example of how to be? Mason Mount is that and more. Chelsea, pay the guy. Like, stop. What are you waiting for? Because you wait another year and a half. He gets 15 goals, 10 assists next season in the league. That's £400,000 the next contract. And then it starts to balloon to numbers where if I'm Mason Mount, I love Chelsea, but pay me. And then it affects the squad, right? You can't have another 2 rotation players at £100,000 a week. Pay the guy now, make him captain now, and build the next dynasty. Because you've got one now. I hope Marina does this, and I hope Roman Abramovich, as a fan of Chelsea, does this. Pay the guy. He's ready. Money doesn't change people. It makes them more of who they are. You pay Mason Mount. He gets comfortable. He's going to start holding people to standards. Because now he doesn't... Listen, we all do this in life. Until we have money, all right? We have to tolerate people. Well, we do. Like, if you aren't where you want to be financially, you got to tolerate your boss. You've got to maybe tolerate an average partner. Doesn't make you a bad person. If somebody has a nice apartment and you can split it with them and you want to live a little nicer, but they're not a great partner, people endure these people all the time. When you get paid, though, money doesn't change people. It makes them more of who you are. Then you can really step into yourself. Hey, Sally. Hey, Craig. You're crap. Get out of my life. I can afford this apartment myself. Then Mason Mount can step into himself. And then he can get really demanding. And that's good for Chelsea, by the way. Let Mason Mount be the bad guy. Why would Chelsea want to be holding players to standards? Chelsea and Abramovich, they want to be the good guy. Let the players hold themselves accountable, and Mason Mount is ready, and I love him. I love unique maturity. I didn't have it. I know 1 or 2 people that had it early on. My sister, uniquely mature. She left at the age of 18 to the Ivory Coast, and my parents haven't had to pay for school for her since grade 10. So that's if you're old, standard 8. Uniquely mature, And by the way, from 18, she went overseas. She went to Ivory Coast, actuarial scientist within 4 years. Passed that with cum laude. Went to France, to one of the top political universities in the world, and she never asked anybody. With me, a little different. A little different. But uniquely mature people are rare and impossible to find. If you're an institution, reward them. And if you are the teacher's pet, you should love that, because authority loves that. Company man, company woman, are you kidding me? Chelsea, pay the man. Pay the man. You might as well. Start the cycle now. He's your next captain. Just do it now. James, your thoughts?
On Mason Mount.
Mm.
I don't have a lot of opinions on him. I know he burst onto the scene as a very talented youngster. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know an awful lot about him, but I think Chelsea are missing a leadership. Chelsea are a club that had players like Lampard and John Terry, who were both captains at a point. And that's kind of fallen away.
Yeah, I agree.
They've brought in all these youngsters, which is great. Kai Havertz and Timo Werner is still young. And, Lampard did this whole reshuffle for the squad. And it's great that they're all young and stuff. But who do they look to? Thiago Silva has the experience, but he's new to the club.
Yeah.
And if Mason Mount is London born and bred and a Chelsea boy like Steven Gerrard, like, Alexander Arnold, Terry and Lampard aren't.
Terry was West Ham at 14,
yeah.
but then he came into the academy.
Yeah.
And Lampard's all West Ham, actually.
So, I mean, look, if you're born and bred the club, I don't see why not.
And he's brilliant. Like, you never get that combination. Mature and brilliant. You that never happens.
What, on and off the field?
It's just in life in general. You like, brilliant people are often erratic. Like, it's impossible to find, like, mature, brilliant people.
Especially nowadays, because in obviously with football and the financial influence in it, youngsters become their personalities are they shift because they're on 500K a week.
Yeah.
And then they turn into these people that can't actually be leaders to a club.
I agree.
So, look, I think if he's that unique, mature that you speak of, I think Chelsea have nothing to lose giving him the armband full time.
I think we should. Maturity is such a big thing. Like, as I think back in my own life, when you find somebody mature, stay around those people. I wish, and it's difficult to tell young people this. Like, the people who are the teacher's pet, the people that are getting 80%, the people that back then would be nerds or whatever. Why, like, in hindsight, why wasn't I hanging around with those people? Like, they had winning habits. Here's what has to be done. I'm doing it. Like, instead of trying to be cool, they're like, oh, okay, to get 90%, I've got to study an hour extra every day. Not me. TV games.
Here's what has to be done. This is what I need to do to make sure it gets done. And
mature.
Now I'm holding a Champions League trophy.
But that's maturity, right? Mason Mount isn't going to tolerate guys, Hudson-Odoi with Instagram models. Like, that happens. Sorry, you got to go. You're obviously not a part of what we're doing here. That's what you need. Roy Keane wouldn't tolerate some of the stuff that happened at Man United. That's why they won. I
would love to see Roy Keane as the manager of Man United with players like Paul Pogba.
Oh my God. It'd be they would. I mean, Matt Ritchie and Steve Bruce fought the other day. Newcastle guys.
Okay.
Manager and player. No. That is car crash. That's a car crash. What you're talking about is a disaster waiting to happen. Because Roy Keane he's like, some people are meant to be middle management. Roy Keane's not a manager, right? He's a player. Like, some personalities can't translate, because somebody put it brilliantly. I think the thing about Roy Keane is, when you're a player, all you have to do is focus on your role. When you are a manager, you have to focus on 24 different people, and you got to be unique for that. That's what the great managers can do, is compartmentalize and treat everybody. Because also, you got to remember, some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by winning. Some people are motivated by attention from heroes. People are motivated by different things. Now, in school and in the younger things, right, you want to teach kids to be motivated by the joy of learning, all of these things. But when you get to the pros, it's about winning. It's not about what they call intrinsic gifts, right? Some guys want money. Cool. Find a way to motivate him. Now you got to go, let's say James is motivated by attention from his father. Find a way to motivate that part of James. Some other guys are motivated by being seen on social media. Now you got to find a way to motivate them. Roy Keane ain't about that. It's football first and only football. And not everybody's that, right? I think we sometimes look at footballers and we go, why wouldn't you just be that? Because for some guys, they want the money. They want the lifestyle. They want the girls, by the way. Like, hey, this thing that people don't like to talk about. Some guys are just in it for the lifestyle that it gives them. They're just genetically gifted. It is your job as a manager to be willing to not have the ego and go, I need to play to everybody here to get them to buy in. So, Kyle Walker, he wants to go to Paris and have Instagram models. Find a way to motivate that guy. That's very, very different to motivating Vincent Kompany.
Just tell him that each time City win, those models that he had in Paris or France or whatever will be back in Man City when you.
Wow. Okay, I can't comment on that, James. I cannot comment on that. But yeah, for me, pay Mason Mount. He's everything you want. He's a brilliant player. He's Chelsea's best player right now.
Look,
has been for 18 months.
If that's what he is, if, like I say, he's the, Chelsea born and bred, and he's all about winning, then Chelsea have nothing to lose.
I agree. And listen, I've just seen the better Illingsley here. Tristan says, as a teacher, I can say that I don't like teachers' pets. Now, that's an interesting one to me. All right? I've always wondered why teachers wouldn't. And I guess what happens is then it looks like you're playing favorite, right? If there is a teacher's pet, it maybe looks like as the teacher you're playing favorite. But for me, and it's hard. I'm not a teacher, but if I was a teacher, I'd love a teacher's pet. Like, oh, that child's doing what I want. I'm going to be nicer to you.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a personality thing. I, as a teacher, would hate teachers' pets. I would not be able to stand them. And I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, but what about it? The fact that they're getting 80% and they're pitching up on time, they're sitting at the front of the class, they're not talking.
No, I don't need you to collate my file, okay?
But
I can do it myself.
But in the working world, I want people that'll do extra. Like, they solving your problems. Like, that's one less child you have to worry about. Like, isn't a teacher, isn't it hard enough? You got, the most I've ever had was 16 kids in a class, right? In high school. You got 16 brats to look after. That's one less brat you have to worry about. What don't you like about it? I think that's more of a teacher's problem. I think the teacher's insecure because now you like, oh, okay, well, this person it doesn't look at me like a god anymore. They're doing what they're supposed to. Like, I can't teach them. Is that what teachers feel? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, I have nothing to teach this person now. Now my ego's shattered.
Maybe it's like a childhood thing. Like growing up and going through high school and primary school and stuff, I didn't like the people that were teachers' pets.
Why?
I don't know. There's no need for you to like. It's great for you that you're getting 80% and 90% in a subject where I can't even count to 3.
Yes,
maths. But you don't need to carry the teacher's bag and like collate the file, like I say, or move all her documents from this folder to that folder to help her clean out her laptop. You don't need to do those things. Just go to school, listening class. That's the great part probably about it. Listening class, take notes, do your whole thing, then go home.
But I'm saying the world now, as you go into the working world, James, you'll start to realize this. Corporate companies love people that do more. So, or that person is already that's unique is when you get into the real working world, corporate companies and authority loves people that do more. They love it. And they can't pay enough. They can't pay investment bankers enough to do more, to work 18 hours and don't be late. And just like what we need done, do it. You've worked in corporate.
I have.
You know how it works. They'll do more. They'll pay you.
They will. You are correct.
like this. But here is this. So I don't. If I was a teacher, I would want as many teachers' pets as possible.
Especially in the football sense, because then there's less egos and less 21-year-old millionaires you have to worry about.
I've always said, pay production, not talent. For young kids, like if I have children, oh my God, and they have these friends that are just sportsmen like I was, get out of here. Bring some nerd friends. No, make friends. Who's the guy getting 90% and the teacher is friends with the parents? That guy. That's who you need to be friends with because they're going to get it done and they're going to, like, also they stay out of trouble. Like, life is about staying, because listen, as you get older, there's plenty of trouble to be found. Uniquely mature kids generally keep their friends out of trouble. Get a teacher's pet. Be a teacher's pet, by the way. Anyway.
For those listening, be Mason Mount.
James says he doesn't like teacher's pets, and he wasn't one, huh, James? You were just cool. Were you cool? Did you have a comb in your top pocket?
I was the weird drama kid.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Were you emo? What were you listening to? What music did you listen to in high school? Did you have
Lots, Eminem.
Brooding. Oh, man. James,
No,
all
but I was
alone
like
and sad.
No,
How romantic.
I had friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But
no one could understand you, James.
no, I was just the weird drama kid, and drama kids didn't really fit in. You either had to be first team rugby or number one in the year group. I didn't really feel the need to live up to any of those things. I just enjoyed doing drama.
Oh, my God. All right, folks. From the tortured James Ellingsley, who just nobody understood him, and yet he had the fringe over his eyes in high school. And, you know, it was just, it was never quite right, and they don't get it. And, oh, my God, every indie song was written just about him. And he was sitting in his room and crying and wishing his mom would look at him like she does Tristan. And it was just tough, hey, James. And just nobody understood. And then he got dumped in matric. Maybe that's why, to close off the show, maybe that's why that girl dumped you.
Because I was the weird drama kid.
You were the weird drama kid, and she's like, who's the guy getting 80% that everybody actually likes? And I'm tired of James painting his eyebrows black because he feels misunderstood. Hey, maybe that's what happened, James. We all need to accept this.
Maybe that's why I got broke up
that's
with.
tough. All right. Well, Jimbo, big sports show, huh?
Big. Today was a big sports show.
Big.
Again, Gareth Bale remains on our running order.
Hey, listen. We will get to Gareth Bale when we get to Gareth Bale. All right, let's have some. Are we doing big production for the outro?
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah,
I didn't know we were actually at that point of the show. Time flies when you're on the show.
Well, time flies when you're having a good time.
Well, look, time flies when you're hanging with friends, hanging with the boys.
Yeah, the lads, eh?
The
Come
boys.
on, hey, boys, hey. All right, well, for today, my name is MKT, by the way. I hope you had a great Monday. Hope you're having a great Monday. Whoever you're with, hope you're moving and grooving. Hope you have a good one. Be a teacher's pet. Be a teacher's pet. From me and James Ellingsley, I'm MKT Inspires, by the way. Remember, this is available on podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Please, even if you're not going to listen to the podcast version, you're watching on YouTube, just go and like, share, subscribe, and go and rate us wherever you listen, right? Please give us a rating so you can get it on cliffcentral.com, which is the website, cliffcentral.com. Otherwise, the Cliff Central app, you can download that. Otherwise, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Go and listen to the podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Please rate it. If you are listening on YouTube, please click the thumbs up if you like the show. If you hate the show, push down. By the way, I'm not a politician, right? I don't want to be popular. I want honest feedback. I want to be accountable.
I want thumbs up.
James says just give us thumbs up. But you know what? if you hate the show, be honest. You're like, hey, I hate the show. I don't like James's eyes. I think, I don't know, James's skin is too pasty. MKT looks like he could use a neck rub. He looks stressed. He's not Idris Elba. He never will be. His forehead's massive. I don't know what it is about us. Whatever, be honest. But
it's probably me. Let's be honest. I'm the real selling point.
James, I do like you, though. You're a good guy. Ladies and gentlemen, James Ellingsley, I'm MKT. This is the MKT Show. This is Cliff Central Sport for today. It has been an honor. But for now, we are the hell out of here.